just wish I never forget the familiar streets of my neighborhood, which I knew like the veins in the back of my hand.
Watch the pendulum swing.
Sleep. But who set the scales in zero gravity? Who added the lead weight of expectation?
You gotta get all the right marks and pass. Get to the top of your class just like everyone else.
We keep our heads down and voices to ourselves.
You're a dog tied to a kennel when they are calling you to stay here. You're young and they know that.
With the Frontline, what is that?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Ramon.
With the Frontline is an inter-high school poetry competition. So it's teams of young people from different schools coming together and competing against each other through poetry, through words.
The most important rule is just be open. This can be the most amazing 10 weeks leading up to this slam, and so yeah, just be open and enjoy it.
Why it's called Word, the Frontline, is that it's about young people stepping up to their front line, stepping up to the challenges that they face every day, that their generation faces.
It's kind of stepping up to something that's a little bit fearful, being courageous, and facing that directly and overcoming it through your words.
This is our second year, and we had like 144 young people audition. We had like 32 teams from 22 different high schools.
Think about why it is that you want to stand on the stage and what you want to talk about and share with the world.
We're in workshops for Slam Camp, includes like a whole bunch of young people who've never really met each other before, coming together, meeting and journeying, hearing each other's stories and building those connections and relationships.
Tamaki Makoto, haere mai, don't have $1 million, then say
goodbye.
Doesn't he know that the circles under my eyes are curled to me each teardrop I let loose? And my father forgets there is someone to be tucked in at night.
Bro, that was deep.
Somebody after the Grand Slam, they posted it up on Facebook. If you really want to hear about what's happening with young people in New Zealand, you need to go to Word the Frontline. And that's where you're going to hear it.
We're just going to do a quick 5 senses exercise. Now I want you to imagine that jealousy was something we could actually physically take in a handful and bring into the room. If it could materialize and take shape, if you could see it, what would you imagine jealousy to look like?
So Word the Frontline, it's presented, facilitated, run by Action Education and the South Auckland Poets Collective. And really we're like a group of youth workers, poets, performers, people who really believe in the vehicle of spoken word, and more so the development of our young people. And our young people having the opportunity to reflect on their story, reflect on their experience and express it and share with each other, and in that way grow.
Looks like a blur, like stretched wiry tips of a brown afro, heavy black bags that sag from the bottom of your eyelids. This is the busyness.
I think the best thing about, getting to listen to other people share their stories is that they're sharing, not only their story, but like their experiences around them, and the people around them is like also a big part of their story. So you get to sort of have a look into someone's life and a look into who and what makes a person who they are.
So while I may be chipped nail polished and odd sock creature of overextended arm sockets, I'm also Lakewater and a daydreamer extraordinaire.
Is that really what I want? Well, I don't have to be a lion. I don't have to be a tiger. Why won't people listen when I say I am a liger?
It's been amazing. It's really helped me to express my own self through my poetry and my own identity, rather than what I did before, which was really put myself in other people's shoes and trying to write about them instead about what I know and who I am.
Alone, you are just one word, but together you make a sentence. Together you have purpose. This is not a heart, it's a volume now, but this you can sing many, many songs.
We first met Ken Arkind in 2012 at Brave New Voices in San Francisco. Without exaggerating at all, he is a world leader in what he does. It's so cool to have him here, and it's so cool to have him here at Slam Camp. These kids are so blessed to actually get his tutelage, to get his expertise, his knowledge.
The point is not the points. The point is the poetry. Okay? Yeah? Do you agree with that?
Some of those poets have stood in front of crowds of like 1,400 people, and at the beginning of that journey couldn't stand up in a group of 30 people. So that in itself is amazing.
Bipolar. It feels like trying to catch smoke and watching it slip through your fingers. Like doubt, it feels like sleep paralysis. You're asleep, but your biggest fears are awake.
I like you. 3 words we've always dreamed to hear as kids. We were never too young to hold hands, and neither were we too old to stop believing Santa Claus existed.
Just meeting all these people, it's weird, mind-boggling, because I'm getting along with people I never thought I would get along with. New people, different types, extroverts, introverts. I never thought I'd get along with them. But, you know, spoken word brought us together.
From this weekend, we have a series of 4 workshops. From that point, there'll be 2 semi-finals. 6 teams will compete against each other at random, and those top 3 will go forward to the Grand Slam, and that's when the top 6 teams will go at it against each other.
The Grand Slam winner for 2015, step up please, Selwyn!
My vision for the future for Word the Front Line, we really need it to be a national competition. Be national, have regional heats around the country. You know, we need to be hitting all these places so we can really hear the voices of young people within our country. So that's the dream.
The best thing about hearing other people's stories is how similar we all are. Some of their stories, some of them I might not be able to relate to, but other people will. And a lot of stories I do relate to, and just to know that somebody else is going through what I'm going through is just the best thing.
Yeah, it's just a really cool experience, you know, just to meet with students who love doing the same thing, like all over New Zealand, and yeah, I'm just really excited.
To anybody who's thinking about Word the Front Line, I would say go for it. Absolutely, it is an amazing place, and it's an amazing way of exploring how to express yourself. Everybody's got a story, and I reckon that everybody should get the chance to share that.